Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having coffee or tea or eating breakfast or going to sleep, or there's something that you're doing, or even cleaning your house with just me in the background. Whatever it is, I hope it goes well and I hope we enjoy it together. I hope that there's something I say in this video that resonates with you and that you take it with you, and hopefully it's more positive than negative. Guys, I watched the Quiet on Set, the kids in the Nickelodeon and the abuse, and it makes you really wonder if people went out and got the jobs that they got so that they would be in the position to have control over children. I think that a few of the people definitely, and I think some of the power got to some of the people's heads, and that became dangerous. Just regular, plain old power and control. And then I think there was also out and out ABUSE. And unfortunately, as we found out, some of it was SEXUAL. It's almost like you should go to school for watching this channel, so that spelling, it's crazy what you can't say. But anyway, the sad bit is that when you think about it, it's very much what was going on with Harvey Weinstein, more or less. It's what was going on with Jimmy Savile in the UK. Again, people we put on pedestals for no reason, really no reason except the say-so of other people. And other people are just like us, whether it be the royal family. Look, they were friends with Jimmy Savile, and look what happened. We know that Prince Andrew was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and look at that. So we can't go on that. We have to protect our children, number one. And especially now, because children are so grown. They have access to everything in this world, and so many things have become normalized to them that it's hard for them, I would think, to navigate what's right or what's wrong. That has to be instilled in them when they're young, and that's what the parents have to do. Watching this series of the way that these kids were treated, whether it be kids that were made to feel uncomfortable in their own skin, people that were typecasted and in a negative light, and the trauma of going to work not knowing if it was you who was going to be picked on. Even some of the scenes where kids are ingesting so much sugar, and I don't know if that was really coffee. They have one scene where they're like opening up this dispenser and there's a bunch of sugar, and they said it was all this sugar just going down. There was like, that in itself is wrong. They said that they were choking on it. I would believe that, but even that much sugar that's not good, you would think. And she said coffee. I can't imagine that either. But that's what was supposedly in these dispensers that these kids were opening up and opening up their mouth, and it was just pouring down. That alone is not good behavior. So there were a lot of parents that thought, oh, I don't want to ruffle feathers because I don't want my kid to get penalized for it. And you have to say, what's more important? What was more important than that? If you've got to stop and think, then it's probably not a good situation. But why would you go ahead and go with it? Well, I don't want to be somebody that, embarrasses my kid. Better your kid get abused, right? That's better than you embarrassing your kid or being overprotective. There has to be a middle there. And I think that if you see something, you got to say something. And I think that a lot of times these parents unfortunately failed, and they will say it. But the question is, how much has it changed? So the Coogan Law. So the Coogan Law said that there was going to be so much money saved for children so that parents couldn't get into the children's funds. We've seen that people find a loophole in that. Conservatorships are taken over. We've seen many of these stars that were part of that Nickelodeon assembly line, more or less. How many of them have failed? We've seen how people like Charlie Sheen have now been called to the carpet for the misbehavior allegedly against Corey Haim. And it wasn't just Corey Feldman that said it. Supposedly everybody on the cast of the set of Lucas knew what had happened to Corey Haim. Did his mom not know? Didn't she see a difference? That trauma, I would think, has to be seen in your kid. And, if Charlie Sheen, first of all, he's got AIDS. I don't know when he got it or when he was diagnosed with it, but besides doing that to a child and forcing yourself like that, clearly unwanted, are we just going to forget that happened? I know that Corey's not here. Was Corey the only one? Look at what happened with that kid's life. Does Charlie take no responsibility if it's true? And would Charlie ever admit to it? Yet there's a bunch of people saying Charlie did it. They know that Charlie did this. And Charlie was working with Angus, right? The kid from 2.5 Men. If they knew, if they knew that he behaved like that with Corey Haim, why was he working with that kid? Why was it kept stumped? Why do we protect these people? Is it all about money? That's what, a lot of times, and if you go back in my videos, there are several videos where I say, there's two different types of people in the world. People we learn what to do from, people what we learn not to do from. And I think as well as that, there are people that follow their head and people that follow their heart, and they don't know how to merge the two. And I think that if you value the dollar more than the human spirit, you and I aren't on the same page. And those are the people that keep hiring people that are dangerous to our children. They're dangerous to our children. And we ignore it because they're bringing in money. That's what's more important. Would it be more important than your kid? I'm asking executives out there. Would you let your kid stay the night at some of these people's homes? Is this the way you're gonna go through life? Without saying anything just because you're making money? Guys, what do you think about that? Do you agree with what I'm saying? That, you can't have money be the bottom line and not expect the casualties that come with it as far as, the collateral damage of the loss of human spirit, human innocence, and sometimes the person themselves. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Should I continue on this? Do you like this series? Should we continue on? Tell me what you think. Please engage in the comments. I do. I appreciate it. And please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys. And always be you.